Good morning, folks. So it is Tuesday, May the 12th. I'm in the field here. So this field was planted on April 4th. So this corn's been out of the ground for a little bit of time here. And Saturday morning, we had some low temperatures down in the high 20s here. So this part of Ohio got a pretty severe frost, actually a freeze for a good chunk of the area. So when we look around, we can see some of these plants. Some of these plants actually look like they're dead. You can see that guy right there's all the tissue above ground's brown, wilted over, pretty desiccated. But you can see down the row we've got some differences here in how much above ground damage there was to some of these plants due to that frost or freeze that we had over the weekend. Actually, I had another one here this morning. So this stuff's just been getting rocked by cold temperatures here. So when we start looking at fields like this, so this is Tuesday, so we are 3 days after a frost. Most agronomists are going to tell you that you need to wait and give it time to evaluate, see what stuff looks like. And see down the road, as we go down the rows, some of those plants got a little bit of elevation difference, a little bit difference in soil color. So that area down there held a little bit more heat. The frost didn't set in as quite as bad as what we've got right here where we're standing. So we're going to take a couple of these plants, dig them up, take them back to the truck, look at them, and kind of see what we need to be looking at as time moves forward here, deciding how much injury or how much damage is done to this corn. So stick with me, we'll be right back. All right, dug these 4 plants up, brought them back to the truck so we could lay them out and look at them a little closer. You can see the 2 on my left, you can see look pretty fairly normal. A little bit of that water soaked appearance on the leaves from the frost damage on those 2 plants, but you can see the whorl, if you look down in there, still pretty green, still a good color. Those plants look pretty normal after a frost. The 2 on the right, you can see got hit a lot harder. These actually completely desiccated the tissue above ground, and these plants, as you walked along, right there was ground level, and the top of that plant you can see was actually laying over, completely desiccated right at ground level. So when you look at them, you say, okay, those plants, how much damage is done? So took this one and I took my pocket knife and split it open. And on corn, the growing point stays below ground until about V5. So the growing point of this plant is down here in this crown region. When you split it open, you can see that crown region is still bright green and healthy. So these guys right there is the soil line. So they were actually about 2.5 inches in the ground. So we had 2 inches of insulation from the soil above them that were keeping that growing point above freezing, didn't damage it. So we'd expect if the weather would have cooperated here, warm up later this week, we're finally getting some sunshine and some heat, you'd expect new growth to come out of those plants for them to recover. These 2 guys here, that whorl's going to keep right on pushing out and should recover just fine. So not a big concern on these corn plants here, even though some of them look pretty rough. Later this week, time in a little bit more time, some good growing conditions and some heat, and these guys should recover and come right on out. So we're going to go take a look at some soybeans not too far from here that got hit with the same thing, and we'll take a look at them and see how much damage was done. Catch you next time.